Hey there, it's Lauren, and I wanted to share our weekly planner with you today and walk you through how to use it in your life and your business. So, first of all, my goal with making this was to further consolidate the programs I use. I hate bouncing around and having some things written down somewhere and buying a planner every year and having to drag it around with me. So, I found that it was really helpful if I could have all my files in Google Drive. And there's actually an app for your computer called Station. I'll show you the little icon here. And this is a really cool resource if you are working on your computer a lot and you're using a bunch of apps. Because basically you can connect a lot of web applications like your email or Evernote or they have a gazillion, but it just shows up in a little icon here on the sidebar. I love this for Google Drive because you just hover over the icon here and you can save your favorite documents. So the ones I use all the time, I can jump straight to them, which is really nice. I did have my email on here and found that it sent me a lot of notifications which were kind of hard to turn off. And so I actually have those disconnected now, but that's totally an option as well. Basically, it centralizes and reduces the amount of bouncing around between different tabs on my browser. So that can be a great resource for using Google Drive on your computer. You can also download Google Sheets on your phone or iPad if you want to be able to add in notes to your weekly planner from any device, which is really handy. So let's just walk through how to use this and duplicate it and edit it. You can just jump in here, double tap, and start typing. You can obviously change the colors to whatever you like. You can select that whole row, go up here to the paint bucket, add in your custom color, which is great. Obviously, you can change fonts right there. And feel free to adapt this however you want. If you want to plan Sundays, you can just add a column to the left right here and edit that, format it how you want. You can add Saturday over here on the right if you want to be able to edit that. I just found that I really only plan out Monday through Friday on here. I'll put weekend events on my Apple Calendar, but as far as like visualizing my work week, that was kind of what I wanted to use this for. So then for duplicating it, what I would recommend is batching out about a month at a time, or whatever number you feel like works best for you. But I found that helpful because what I would start with is just putting in my quarter rocks, which first of all, quarter rocks is a term basically for quarterly goals, and it's from Entrepreneurial Operating System, which you can go to their website. They have a bunch of great resources for leading a team and running a business. And basically, these are just your quarterly goals. You'll break down your yearly goals into quarterly goals that are really doable and get you to that big year goal that you have. So I like to list those out here at the beginning of the quarter, and then they just automatically duplicate as I build out my weeks. So I fill these out. Let's just say one is find an accountant, launch website, and write email campaign. Okay, so those are the things I'm going to do this quarter. And then I'll fill out anything that is regular on my schedule. So 6, Bible study, whatever it is. So you plan out the things that are regular that you'll pretty much have every week, at least for that month. And then as soon as those are filled out, I would go ahead and just duplicate. So you'll hit duplicate, and then it creates a copy to the right. I like to keep the most up-to-date one to the left so they kind of build off each other, and my most recent one is the first tab. And then I just pull up my calendar and I check the dates for the Monday through Friday. So this next one after December 4th through 8th is the 11th through 15th. So I just go in, rename December 11th through 15. And then in this tab now, we're in the most recent one, just update these numbers. And now this one is totally up to date. It has your goals already listed and your regular activities listed. So now I want to walk through what each of these elements is there for. Top 3, this is kind of an undeniable fact now. Everybody talks about it, that we are most productive when we focus on what's important, and we keep that number small. And maybe they're bigger things, but we know that it's getting us to our larger goals. So write down what those are for you for that day. What is important, not the urgent things that feel like they're vital, like I need to change my profile picture or I need to order these prints. Whatever it is that is kind of a sideline item, those all will go down here in your junk drawer. This is your random to-do list, just things pop in your mind. Just put them there and save them for a time. After your big important top threes are done, you can go through your junk drawer and clean it out. So you'll write those out, and then you can put your weekly appointments here. Sometimes I like to chart out my time, so maybe I'll take one of the items here, maybe it's delivering gallery to client, and then I know that I'm going to do that first thing. So 9 when I start work, I'm going to finish gallery and deliver. Something like that. You can time out your tasks to give yourself windows of time and keep yourself focused, which I find helpful, or you can just keep it for appointments, whatever works best for you. And then right here, I just put my core values essentially. For me, I found myself really discouraged by these false ideas I gave myself of what a successful day looks like. I felt like if I didn't get a lot of popular feedback on an idea, or if I didn't do everything today, it wasn't successful. And that's just not true. And these 3 things keep me focused on what is actually valuable, what is central to Evernew, and what's just central to me and what I find important. And this can be something that you kind of review each day, like did I do these things? This could be something that feeds into what your top 3 items are. Are my top 3 items, are those accomplishing one of these things? Do they get me closer to these goals? And so I just want to make sure I'm connecting with people, and that can be business related, that can be personal. It could be that I'm doing Instagram lives, or I'm messaging people on Instagram to just connect with them and encourage them with their work, or it could be grabbing coffee with somebody. Whatever it is, I want to be connecting and making sure this is still relational and not just creating spreadsheets and getting all stuck to my computer. I want to make sure it's relational. And then sharing something valuable. I find that this is helpful for me to make sure that I'm either creating content that's important to other people, I'm sharing time with people. It can be all sorts of things. Again, both business and personal. But I want to be sharing with people. I want to be generous. I want to be giving, and then just creating beautiful things with whether it's photography. I think it's a reminder to me to do it because of the beauty of it and to do it because of the enjoyment of creating, and not putting the pressure on myself of having a certain style or a certain meeting a certain deadline for a client, but just creating something that's beautiful, sharing it with people, and building relationships with those people. Those are kind of my core 3 things, and you can totally change those to whatever resonates with you. So then down here, I mentioned the quarter rocks and the junk drawer. The ideas list is really just a catch-all for those ideas that pop into your mind. Like, I want to write this blog post. I want to create travel guides. I want to start a podcast. Whatever sounds like a really cool idea and you're really tempted to start researching it, just write it here and save it for a time that you can maybe mark out for when you sort through these ideas and decide what to pursue. You can even set out aside, like Thursday afternoons. I like to, at 3:30, when the day is starting to wind down, I like to revisit newsletters. And you could even set aside a time to review these ideas, and put intentional time towards it, and don't let it distract from what's important that day. Then gratitude, again, this is something we hear over and over again, that to take time to write down what we're thankful for does huge things for us in terms of finding contentment and joy in our life. And I think it's fun to be able to go back through these tabs and just see the things that brought me joy that week, and it will bring back memories and kind of be a way to document your week, as well as bring you real joy in the life that you have now. And then next week, this is again kind of a catch-all for things that might be coming up, either an appointment that you scheduled down the road or one of your top threes for the next week. Maybe something you didn't get done or something that you know will help you accomplish one of these, and it's a next step for you the next week. So that is essentially all of the elements here. Again, edit it however is most helpful for you. But I wanted to share with you kind of what helps my brain process my week, helps me focus on what's important, and I hope this is valuable for you.